Yeah, I need more fiber. Oh, I forget to clean the litter box. Ah, yeah, I've just been standing there, and all of a sudden, oh, that's what happened. I was filling out the live stream. Whoa, better go. I know. Oh, I thought I just said that. Hmm. Anyhow, yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Went out and I had to buy. I bought two new shut-off valves, two sink lines. Um, I didn't switch out the faucet yet. I had to have my son come in because I couldn't loosen up the um, maybe I couldn't loosen up the faucet shut off for the hot water. I just didn't. I don't have enough strength in my arms to do it. So I had to have him come in, and he done that. Had him put a new shut off on it, and we turned the hot water back on. And it's not leaking, so I have to go to Harbor Freight, get one of them basin wrenches, and we're gonna take that off um, when he comes back in the next time. The sink was so wet you couldn't get underneath it anyways to work. So I had a fan on it for 2 days and it's still wet. Uh, I dry that all out. Uh, I get the basin wrench today, and we're going to take the faucet out. And if I couldn't find my faucet, and I know what'll happen. I'll buy a new faucet and I'll put it in, and I'll walk out in the garage and I will do something, and that damn faucet that I have out there will fall off the shelf and hit me in the foot. Union job, yeah. So I have to take it as I have to take what I can get. You know what I mean? So he didn't have time to work on it. All he had time to do was do the fitting for me. Um, so I'm glad that happened because now I got water back in the bed. I got that done the same night, so I had water back. So, um, but when we go to replace the new faucet, I'm gonna put a new shut-off valve on the cold too, because either the shut-off valve is no good for the cold, because I shut it off, and the faucet now does not work for cold water. So it's either that shut-off valve is no good, or it blew the equalizing valve or whatever that's inside the faucet out when I did that, and it's not working. So when I go to take the hose off, if I'm going to shut the water off, if it starts leaking, I know, even with the valve off, something's wrong or whatever. So I'm just going to put a new valve on it and be done with it. I bought two of them. Might as well put both of them brand new on. Volunteer job, yeah. And, in typical fashion, the weathermen said we were going to have bad weather. So, everybody battened down the hatches. They raised the gas prices up 50, 60 cents, because, they need to make their money too during bad times. And we got a sprinkle. Yeah. Oh, I know. Sometimes they're junk when you first get them. You're right. Well, see, I had them put the new valve on, and then I had him go down and turn the hot water back on, and I sit there and I watched the new valve to make sure that it wasn't leaking. He's fast. He, a lot faster than me at turning something on and off or getting up and down or whatever. So I had him do that. So, and it isn't leaking, so I'm happy for that. Yeah, the blessings of an outhouse. You're right. So that's why I stand with that. Higher than illegal. There you go. I wanted to put the chair together yesterday, but my grandson, he decided he wanted to go away and go visit some friends. So I figured I'd wait till he got home. Well, then I told him, don't be gone all day. Okay, all right, I won't. Evidently, all day means 24 hours because he left at noon or noon 30 and he was gone till 9 o'clock. He wasn't gone all day, he was just gone most of it. From the 30s. Hey, if it still works, don't, why ruin it? Why get rid of it? Well, it's old and it's outdated and it needs to be replaced. There you go. Yeah. That's a toilet that would make Al Bundy proud. I remember watching that that episode when he installed the new toilet in his own private bathroom and he flushed and the fountain in Chicago went dry. Joe Biden will respect you if you vote for him until after the voting's done. And take. Well, you could be. You very well might be a rabbit. Still a classic. Oh yeah. install the HD. Yeah. I liked it when he got on the roof with the golfing shoes too, so he wouldn't slip. The spikes. I got a powder real quick. Yeah. A fat lady waddled in the shoe store today looking for a size 11 swim. There you go. But if he loses, Uncle Joe's got to donate 10% to the big guy. Okay, Joe? If you lose, you have to donate 10% to the big guy. Oh, you mean I have to give myself 10%? Oh, so you're the big guy? Yeah. I don't think Joe can hit a golf ball more than 20 or 30 yards. I don't like where the country's headed either, man. Do you? Do you, pumpkin? No. Easy. No. Look. Look here. Hey, they want to see you. They want to see the kitty cat. No, no. No, no. No, no. 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 Look at the kitty cat. Who's the kitty cat? Hey. Hey, look. Look. Looky there. Kitty kitty. Aw, look at the baby. Look at the baby. Yeah. No. Pretty, pretty girl. Hey. No. Pretty girl. Yeah. Easy. There you go. I've had a couple of them. The tombstones. It's funny if the person that has it doesn't know what it is. I bought two of them at yard sales, and I went, "How much for the tombstone?" What are you talking about? The Waller. Why is it a tombstone? Because it looks like a tombstone. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm looking for a little 110 wire welder or a little stick. Um, that's what I'm looking for. Heliarch. Yeah. Stick welders, if you need better penetration, a stick welder is good. I've had a 110 stick welder too, and that worked just fine. I've had a couple of them. It just that I get done using it, I won't use it for a year or two, and then so I put it in a yard sale, and the next thing you know, I sell it, and I need it again. So Millers do make a good welder. Um, Way back yonder, I'm talking years and years ago. Um, Miller Welding, they where my dad used to work. They brought over a couple of welders and wanted them to try them. They were wire welders. Um, and like I said, this is before I was born. That's probably like 65 years ago. And they brought over a couple of wire welders. And wanted that company to use them and test them out and see what they thought of them. And for some reason, I'm itching again from this allergy bullshit or whatever. I had a couple of days off where it didn't bother me. Got an ad coming up in 54 seconds. I know I'll have room. But anyways, they brought a couple of welders over and wanted them to try it out and see if they would like them. Well, then the guy come back about 2 or 3 weeks later and said, "How'd you like that?" And well, my dad said, "Well, I liked it, but I didn't like it." He said, "Well, what's wrong with it?" He said, "Well, this is what I did to it." And my dad put the finger trigger on it, so you could use it with your finger instead. You had it on your thumb, so you had to use your thumb. And then he turned it around so you could push it in with your finger. And then they went to a finger trigger after that. I'm not, you should have patented that. Brand new, yeah. I was in my hub on my hub around, and the neighbor down the street, about 4 doors down, had a yard sale. So I wheeled up in there and started looking. He had a brand new 110 volt uh, welder, stick welder. There's some off brand or whatever. I can't remember the name of it. And he had a pair of welding gloves, an apron, a helmet, and a 1 pound box of welding rod. Um, Shots, everybody! Shots! Shots, everybody! Shots! Shots, everybody! Shots! Shots, everybody! Shots! Shots, everybody! Shots, everybody! It is 4-Shot Wednesday. I don't understand it because the alarm went off at 7:01. It should have went off at 7. Huh. You're a welder for? Well, anyways, I bought this. What did I get? $10 for it, I think. 10 or 15 bucks. It wasn't much. I put her on my lap and I brought her home. The reason why he was selling it is because the first time he fired her up, she started smoking from the cables and melted the rubber off the cables. He said, I didn't think it was any good, so I never used it again. And I've had it for over a year, and I've never took it back to the store, so I don't think they're going to take it back. Okay, no problem. So what I did is I took a pair of jumper cables. I took apart the welder, took the old cables off, crimped some ends onto the new cables, hooked them into the welder, put a new clamp on it, and then put the stick end on it, and made a heavy-duty set of cables for it. Worked like a champ. I ended up selling that welder for $25 more than what I give for it, so I think I got $40 for it. And I kept the leather gloves, the apron, and the welding helmet. I just sold the welder. Yeah, you got to keep them warm and dry, or dry at least. Yeah, it's stretching time it is, I'm sure. I don't know why I waited till 7:01 to go up. But I opened it up, it said 7:01. Kathy was talking to Kurt yesterday. No, Brooke. Talking to Brooke yesterday. And she said, how's Kyler? She said, fine. She says, Kyler, you want to talk to Nana? He says, no. She says, why? Because her hasn't seen me in 5 days, so I don't want to talk to her. Yeah. Yeah. So she said, you don't want to talk to your Nana because why? Her not see me for 5 days. Her not come over. Not see me for 5 days. So she said, you wait till he comes here. If he thinks he's going to talk to me then. So, yeah. He come running in yesterday like it was nobody's business. Yeah, you better have a lot of time. Well, see, her idea, Junkyard, of organizing it is everything goes outside into a dumpster or somebody's truck and trailer. Yeah. That's how she organizes it. And when she's done, she'll be sweeping the floor in your garage and your barn. That's right. Poor Steve got all his stuff taken out of one room, put it on the back porch, and then he got that thrown off. Yeah. You have 10 voters, yeah. You know what she told him, don't you? Just because you pay the bills here doesn't make you entitled to anything. Well, I don't have one of them fancy dancy pizza bakers like that. I got one of them pizza bakers that you put the pizza on and it rotates like this. It spins underneath a hot element and it bakes it that way. And it bakes from underneath. I got one of them. Haven't used it in 5 years, 6 years, 8 years. Sitting out there in the garage on a shelf. A pizzazz or something, yeah. Piece of ass, I don't know. Yeah, you need to go to DC and organize it. like you did the porch. Throw everything out. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I forgot the other day we were talking about what was the measurements on that griddle? Chaos. Well, ovens are nice for pizza, but it doesn't, if you don't want to heat the whole house up for it, you know what I mean? 12 and a half by 14. I'll have to check. I was thinking, don't they have bacon sheets about that size? You could just put a bacon sheet right in there and use it for your griddle top or whatever. Spray it with some Pam or whatever and fry your little eggs. The pizza shop. Anyways, well, most bacon pans twist anyways in the oven. Uh, the cheaper ones. So it wouldn't be no. I don't think that. I don't know if the heat would be as hot as you can get it in the oven or not, um, but then again, you could just set a bacon sheet on top of that griddle if you wanted to fry eggs. No, well, yeah, but you could set a pan on top of that, and it wouldn't get the direct heat, but it'd still heat up and get hot um, by just sitting on that griddle top. Then you can fry eggs and stuff like that too. Anyways, I have a cookie sheet. It's stainless steel. And I was thinking about that the other day. I thought, well, hell, that might just fit perfect on top, on top of the griddle itself. So I want to get one. I just haven't been to Walmart to get it. The only bad thing about using the butane is it's expensive. One can lasts about an hour if you're cooking on high. You can cook probably for 2 or 3 hours, maybe if you cook on low to medium. I I had a bunch of them. Uh, I went to a yard sale and they had a bunch of them commercial baking pans, and I bought a bunch of them because I wanted to put them, use them in the oven. Come find out they wouldn't fit in the oven. Yeah, but it may be more efficient than propane, but it costs a lot more than propane because each one of them cans is like $3.50. If you had I think they're 358 here. If you had a 20-pound tank and a conversion kit to that butane, you could probably cook all summer long on a 20-pound tank and still have um, gas left over. Yeah, butane doesn't work well in cold weather because um, the butane gets the can itself. If you pick the can itself gets cold just by using it. Um, I've had that butane stove for hell, I bet 15 years. It's never ever let me down. Every time I ever used it, it always works. First time I, we had a breakfast or something like that at the campground. Yeah, and then they kept blowing a fuse and on because they were plugging in an electric skillet or something like that. And I said, "Well, go get yourself a big frying pan, and I'll bring my butane burner, and you can do that." So I showed them how to operate it. I turned it on. And they had never seen one before, and I'd had it probably for 2 or 3 years. And then, man, this thing is a cat's ass. If you want to cook, and you want to cook something, and you don't want to heat up the house, if you want to do something outside or whatever, that's the thing to do. Oh, I gotta get me a cup of coffee. Somebody's selling a case of pinto beans, 12 bill case, $5, $5 a case. He's got pallets of them. Damn. In Ipsitucky. The pants are looser. I understand that. I like pinto beans and fat back. I like pinto beans, period. No. Actually, I like all kinds of beans. I like red beans and rice, pinto beans, kidney beans, chili beans, northern beans, green beans, lima beans, butter beans. Oh, um, I went to my doctor's appointment Monday. Oh, After running around here Monday, getting all this stuff, trying to get something done here, I break away to go to my doctor's appointment because it's at 12:45. So 12:20, I hop in the car and I drive to the hospital because that's where the doctor's office is in the hospital itself. Them seasoned lima beans from the Dollar Tree, you're absolutely right. With a piece of ham, or no bacon. Put bacon because that's what it's seasoned with, bacon actually. Um, so there's no handicap parking spots. And anyways, the handicap parking's like a quarter mile away from the hospital because they decided when they built the hospital they needed to do some nice landscaping. So the hospital had some beautiful scenery all the way around it. Then they put in the parking lots and the handicaps parking. So after a quarter mile walk from the parking lot to the hospital, okay, I walk in. Now I got to walk 100 feet and then hang a right and walk another 250 feet before I get to the office. So it's already took me 4 or 5 minutes to get into the building because I had to walk so far from the parking lot. And I'm hobbling because my leg is killing me. I make the corner and I get to the first office there in the long hallway. And my phone starts ringing. What the hell? And I know it's getting close to the appointment time. It's like 1 or 2 minutes before or after. It's like 12:45 or 12:46, something like that. So I'm like, oh shit, they're calling me to tell me that, ask me if I'm coming because I'm late. There you go. You Democratic coon. Yeah. Um. Anyhows, phone starts ringing and it's them. So I answered it. I said yes, and they said, Mr. Miller. I said yes. Have you left yet? I said, yeah, I'm about 80 feet away from your door right now. I'm walking down the hallway. Oh, oh, okay. Um, they screwed up here. The doctor's not even here today. She has a, she's in Sylvania today. That's where she works on today. They screwed up a major appointment for the wrong day. Right now, I'm starting to get really upset because I'm hurting and I'm walking. Yeah, I got to start hauling that scooter around. I get the batteries in it. So, and they don't have wheelchairs there where you can wheel yourself. So, oh no. So I'm still walking. She's talking. I said, well, I'm almost there at the office. She said, okay, I'll come out and talk to you. Because there was no way I was going to turn around and walk back out of there because I was in so much pain I had to sit down for a few minutes. So I go in, and the woman at the desk says, can I help you? And I said, I'm Keith Miller, but they've canceled my appointment. She says, yeah, that's what I hear. So I sat down. So about 10 minutes later, 15 minutes later, she comes out like, hey, I thought you was coming out to talk to me. She comes out and she said, oh, the doctor still will see you today, but we're going to do it via video. She wants to talk to you. Or she wants to do a video conference call with you. And we can do that right here, but we got to wait for a a room to open up so we can do that for you. So, okay. So she walks away. So the receptionist says, "Oh, you don't have to get up. I need to check you in, though." I said, "Okay." She said, "You got a $50 copay. Would you like to pay that now or later?" I said, "You expect me to pay a copay on a video conference?" She looked at me. I said, "You expect me to pay for this office call? Period? With my insurance? You expect me to pay for this, period?" She says, "You're probably right. I'll have to talk to her about it and billing, but I won't forget about the copay for right now." I ain't paying the copay. Not for a video call. I'm sorry, I'm not paying a copay. Unless you put your hands on me and check my chest and all this other stuff and listen to my heart, I'm not paying a copay. You didn't earn your money. That ain't no different than talking to me on the phone. Yeah. My doctor said the same thing to me. She said, "Why don't you like to do video calls?" I said, "Why should I pay for a video call to see you? You can't put your hands on me. You can't put a stethoscope to me. You can't feel my pulse. You can't do none of that stuff. You don't know if I have high blood pressure that day or not. But I'm supposed to pay you and love them visits? Well, it's just easier that way." For who? For the doctor? It's easier for ProMedica because, or the hospital or the ProMedica's care facility. It's easier for them because they got 150, 200 doctors, and if they all do 10 video calls a day, think of the money they're making. I know the bill will be in the mail, and I'll dispute it. I total bullshit. If I have to sit there and look at somebody through, like you guys are doing, through a video screen, it's total BS. And pay for it? Yeah, she can come in right now. That's right. Come in right now. Yeah. I had to cancel the first appointment with him. Okay. I had to cancel the first appointment with him back in June, middle of the first part of June, because I was sick. And you know how it is. You can't go to the doctor when you're sick. That's when you used to go to the doctor, but you can't go to the doctor now that you're sick. They won't see you if you're sick. They want you to stay home if you're sick. You think I'm lying? You call a doctor's office and tell them you're really, really sick and you need to see them. They're going to tell you, no, you just stay home or go to the hospital. They'll treat you there. We don't want you here in the doctor's office. Yeah. You go to the doctor's office and you have a fever, they won't see you either. Even though you feel good, but your temperature's up. If it's more than, if it's like 99.7 or something like that, they won't see you. Then they insist on wearing a mask when you're in there with them, even though it's been proven the masks don't help. Allegedly, I can neither confirm nor deny, but I can speculate, and that's that's what has been going around with dear old Dr. Fauci is that they don't work. Yeah, yeah. Joe went to Waffle House sick. That's right. Looky here. From one good neighbor to another. May your birthday bring you everything you were wishing for and more. I hope you're feeling appreciated and celebrated on your big day. Alan Slater. That's from my insurance guy. Yeah. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Yeah. Mm. Well, I'm wishing for my birthday that my insurance costs would go down by 50%. Stretch and Gretchen was on the deal. Yeah. Yeah. Happy birthday. Yeah. It ain't for 5 more days yet. Oh, got an ad coming up again. Hmm. I know. Premium's going to go up because of that fancy card. You're right. Yeah. Yeah, what could go wrong? They're both PMSing the same day. You know, you said what you said. That's right. You're right. You know what they say 25% of all women are treated for mental illness. That allegedly means 75% of you aren't treated at all. Allegedly. I can neither confirm nor deny, but I can speculate. The 75% of women aren't treated for mental illness. I said what I said. Yeah. Oh, yeah, a woman would be better than Biden, but just not camel toes. Too emotional. Yeah, can you imagine two women, vice president and president, watching The Young and the Restless and then making the decision right then? Or the guiding light or in search of or whatever the hell it's called, or, Days of Our Lives. Mm-hmm. There you go. Granddaughter, Harley, she said, Papa. I said, yeah. Try them. Yeah. Yeah. The granddaughter, she said, Papa. I said, yeah. She said, do you like these? I said, yeah, I do. I said, why, you don't like them? She said, yeah, I don't like them. She said, they've been in with all my candy. I said, oh. Now, these are Christmas snowmen. The expiration date on them is May 2nd, 2025. So they're still good for almost another year. But they're just the way I like them. Nice and stiff. Yeah, I found them in the basement. Yeah, next to all the Christmas decorations. Yep. Well, they're not really crunchy. They're just, um, I like them. Kathy's the same way. We like them, um, not soft and billowy, but, got a little chew on them. delicious. Stale. You're right. Mm-mm-mm. Another thing I like stale is cheese puffs. I like cheese puffs any way they are, but especially if you open up a bag, you roll it up and everything. But after you open it, they lose that freshness and they start to get really chewy. That's the way I like my cheese puffs. I know, I ain't right. Ugh. All right, well, evidently we're going to get light rain most of the day. I'm just looking at the forecast right now. There's areas of heavy rain, but it's going to miss us. So it's going to be light rain. Oh yeah, that's cool. What, you misspelled the F word? Yeah. But the weathermen would want you to think we're getting the full effects of the hurricane, so you'll watch them. Huh. Well, they probably needed a junkyard. Well, that's cool. I can't wait to come home either. Morning, Dan. You got an ad coming up in 25 seconds. Well, if Medicare is paying for a power chair, they should pay for a bed if you're going to let her, if she's going to move back home, and a lifting machine. Is she moving back home? I got to powder real quick. Huh. Is that a 3-bedroom apartment you got or a 2-bedroom apartment? Yeah. Hmm. So when you plan on having this all done? next year. I got to put together Kathy's massage chair today. Gonna put that in the living room so she can sit there and watch TV and get a massage at the same time. And heat. Your sister's too busy to fill out applications at night when she gets home, after dinner or whatever. She's too damn busy to do that for your mother. It's not a chair, junkyard. It's a $20 massage, including head. No, includes head. There you go. Your mom's on Medicare and she comes home and you need to take care of her and you're helping take care of her, um, Medicare will pay you to help take care of your mother. I don't know. I wonder if they take Medicare. Yeah. Probably got a $50 copay on it though, because it's a specialist. Oh yeah. Yeah. Right. And then they get more money after that. Now, when Kathy was taking care of her mother, um, they were going to family services or whatever the hell it was, and they told my wife, they said, Kathy, you can get paid to take care of your mother. And she said, well, that's my mom. I'm not doing that. Well, her mom said, oh, yes, you are. If they're going to pay you, let them pay you. So I don't know what she got. It wasn't much, but they paid her. Her mom was under constant care for the last 3 years. She lived with us. She didn't go nowhere, other than doctor's appointments or, if we went someplace and we took her with us. She didn't go anywhere by herself, no family members took her anywhere. Kathy Constant, she probably was going to the doctors 4 or 5 times a month. There you go. That's right. Better paying her than illegal. You're right. But Kathy had, had to bathe her, dress her, take care of her, you know, do all her laundry, cook for her, take her meals, help her, with it, dress her and stuff like that. Well, as long as you guys have lived there and been paying rent, you guys could have owned all them apartment buildings. I never could figure out why somebody would want to rent, you know, for 25, 30 years when they could have bought a house and paid the house off in 30 years. You're right. She did it out of love. You know, when my mom was getting real bad, Kathy helped take care of my mom. Um, my mom was in a nursing home, but we'd go to visit her, and my it was deplorable. Kathy would get there, and she'd look at my mom, and she would raise hell with the nurses and the staff and the man because they weren't taking care of her right. Kathy would bathe her and clean her up, and so 1988, 26 years. Oh hell, longer than that. 36 years. Well, conservatively, conservatively, if you paid rent at $800 a month, That's $800 a month. Now, back in the 80s, your rent wasn't probably 800, but I know it's not a lot more than 800 now. But it just $800 a month. At 36 years, that's $345,600 you paid for that apartment. Oh yeah, she lied like hell, didn't she? That one wasn't going to give in. Oh yeah, they do. Well, yeah, but see, you're in a different market than in uh, Kentucky than you in California. I bet your rent's $1,800 a month or better in California right now. You can't. Yeah, ad coming up in 40 seconds. But that was just at $800 a month. Now I know back in the 80s you probably paid $500-600, but there was probably a stretch of 10 years where you paid $800-900 or $1,000, and now it's went up constantly since then. Yeah, $1,200 a month. There you go. Well, buy a house and have them both move in with you. $1,366. Okay. There you go. No. $13.50 for your tax bill? Yeah, my tax bill was a lot more than that. It was like $1,150, something like that. Damn. And you still get city services. You still get the street plowed and uh, you know parks and recreations and stuff like that too at that price? But they're probably making it off in the electric and water bill too. You know, electricity is the cheapest thing in the world to make, but they charge the most for it. Trying to show them your video you sent me there, junkyard. There it is. I'll give you an image. There's Junkyard's Democrat cat and his Democrat raccoon. 385 watts. Let's see. Yeah. Democrat. Huh. What the hell's an inverter air conditioner? One of those ones on wheels? All right, you have a good day too, Dan. I love you. I never heard of one. Oh, okay. A Medea? They don't kick him. Okay. Amazon has their 12,000 BTU mini split air conditioner and heater, $479.99. Meow. What? You meowed. What do you want? Hmm? What the baby want? Okay, good girl. Hmm? Hold on. There you go. Last summer, the hell was it? I was at an auction and I bought 7 or 8 fans. Might even be, I don't know, might even be more than that. But they had a bunch of fans and they were selling them, and I got them for like $5 a piece. And they said, "How many you want?" I said, "Well, at that price, I'll take them all." So I took every one of them. And it was hard, but we got them all in the car because we were doing an auction, a hot dog thing. We got them all in the car, got everything loaded, got home. And I took them all and I blew them all out with my air hose, plugged them in, made sure they all ran. I took the best ones and I put one in our bedroom and then one in the living room, and had one sitting in the dining room just in case we needed a fan for something else. Plus, I already had a couple of fans here. So I had the kids take them upstairs. And when did I buy? I bought them. It was maybe it was the summer before last. Summer before last. Yeah. Anyways, I had them take them upstairs, and the other day, they were in one of the bedrooms upstairs, and um, in a closet, I guess. And one of the girls said, "Hey, I found all these fans." I said, "Well, bring them down. I'll blow them back out again, make sure they're clean." And I forgot all about buying all them fans. So how we could have used those fans a couple of weeks ago when it was really hot. Couldn't get enough air moving around here. Had the air conditioners going, but just didn't have enough fans to move the air. And I thought I had fans. I knew I had fans. But I asked where they were at, and nobody knew. Well, they opened up a bedroom closet upstairs in one of the bedrooms. Um, it's a bedroom that's not being used, and they were in the closet. That's where they were at. So I brought them down, 5 of them. I blew them all out again, and then Gretchen wanted a fan, so she took a fan. She said, "Well, the fan's not blowing." I said, "Well, if it ain't blowing, then put it by the back door, and then I'll take it out and throw it away." Well, in the morning, you got an ad coming. I know you know. So, um, so in the morning, I come out here and I plugged it in because I wanted to make sure it wasn't working. Thing blows just as good as a regular fan. There's nothing wrong with this. She doesn't, evidently, she didn't know what a good fan blows like or whatever. So, all right, there, Cornbread. You have yourself a great day. Take care. God bless you too. I'm going to get out of here myself. I know I was a little late starting, but I'll be back in the morning. Y'all have a great day. So, anyways, so I got another fan down here. And when it was 100 degrees out, those fans would have been nice, blowing air around here. Just to have air moving. So, y'all have a blessed day. Take care, prayers and peace, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a good one, everybody.